Welcome to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and welcome to the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Tonight we wrap up the Week 2 Spring Rumble with the Infernos and Spiders facing off in the Grand Finals. Can the Spiders pull off the upset and win their first Rumble title, or can the Infernos take it away? I'm your host, Brandon Red Hots Koziantic, and joining me to call the action today is none other than Greg Old Soul Smith, who is always my trusty co-host. And Greg, today the first map that we are on is Bind, and in the past, I would say, people have actually kind of played a lot of different things in this map. We've seen the Viper, we've seen the Astra, we've seen some Neon a little bit, actually. You know, you got the Jet, and you have the Rays and stuff like that. We've seen Rays be picked because it was kind of, you know, quote-unquote meta and stuff, but we've also seen it not been used well.
That's true.
So what's your overall kind of thoughts, or what do you think people should do in terms of picks, agents, meta, stuff like that?
Yeah, I could always talk about my own favorite meta or where I'm most comfortable, but really I think it comes down to if you have a map that's really versatile like this, then you should just play the way that your team has scrimmed the most, the way that your team has practiced the most, the way that your team's most comfortable. So I could see a lot of different builds being super viable on this map.
Another quick question now, though. In terms of, there's been a lot of things about scrims lately, and just not just Valorant, but in just overall in different games. Do you think like scrim results are everything? And what I mean by that is, let's say you're trying Neon, right? And you go 0 for 4 in Neon.
Oh, yeah.
But you're feeling good about the pick, but you've gone 0 and 4 in scrims in terms of winning to loss ratio. Do you think it's still worth it, or do you think that maybe the 0-4 determines everything in scrims?
Interesting. No, I totally don't think so.
Yeah.
Because your scrims are kind of like a playground. They're like doing the unranked before the ranked. And it definitely lets you know what it's going to feel kind of like. But your opponents are going to play differently too.
Yeah.
So I think if something falls on its face in scrims, then that's your sign, and that's the playground where you learn, okay, well, maybe this is not the move. But it don't think that it totally simulates real game.
No, I agree. I think that's a great take, honestly, because I think a lot of things, like I said, people have been saying, well, sometimes it doesn't work in scrims, they don't want to try here, but I think it's a good take like that. You play it in scrims, and you might have gone 0-4 in scrims, but people are going to play scrims differently. You're going to play it differently, but once you kind of get that experience, if you're still feeling good about it, I think then you can rip it like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good indicator of stuff like that. And obviously, we take a look at the brackets here and see the Infernos had a bye this week, so they got their first round done, and then they beat the Quakes to go to the Grand Finals, and the Spiders, which is up and coming, they beat the Blizzards the first time, they beat the Eruptions next, now it's going to be the Grand Finals with the Infernos versus the Spiders. And the Infernos have basically kind of seized the hole that was left by the drought here and done a pretty good job getting all the way back to the finals once again and have a chance to go back-to-back. And the Spiders are obviously a new team that has come out of nowhere this kind of week we haven't seen in the past. So great job to get grand finals all the way, in their first week of coming here. And so should be a pretty interesting grand finals. And I'm really excited to see both these teams play because we've seen a lot of the Infernos, but not much of these Spiders. So it is kind of a difference in terms of best of threes too. Because I mean, sometimes best of ones you're kind of locked in the first game, but maybe the second game you're not, or the third game. Or maybe your first game's not you.
Especially considering that you have like a team that's kind of coming out of nowhere, a new like challenger approaching feel. That first one can really be used to like gauge out what their play style is, and a best of one just kind of doesn't portray, the team's true colors. Yeah.
And especially, I think, because it's just like, nerves and stuff like that. And, of course, the best thing to look at is for Doc's Keys to the Game, which is presented today by Esports Tower. And in Valorant, you want to flank efficiently, spend and peek wisely, diminish their econ and loot, and, of course, dominate those angles. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up, and that is Esports Tower, of course. And, getting kind of back, in terms of the map stuff and Bind. And the one thing I kind of really want to see today is more so, I think today, synergy in terms of attacking can be a big point in the series. And what I mean by that is like using utility together to get on a site efficiently. Because there's a difference between someone popping off and kind of just taking site on their own.
Sure.
But I think the biggest thing is those rounds that really matter are the ones that you can full use util together to get on site and then make sure you clear all the angles and then clear the site together, that you can really use those number advantages.
Definitely.
Because I think sometimes, people are like, oh, well, it's just default on attack.
Yep.
It's like, what does that actually mean? Does it mean like, just kind of look around, hopefully they kind of run out, but what happens if they don't run out? So it's stuff like that. I just want to kind of see some great team play usage, and of course, that's a good thing to do with the Breach. I think Breach is really pivotal in terms of using communication to use it effectively. There's that concuss, there's that blind, there's that, of course, his ult, which is Rolling Thunder, which is huge to use in coordination, so stuff like that.
And I feel that honestly for all the initiators. Like, you can always have like you're saying, just duelist, first blood energy, just plow through, clear the site. But when we're seeing more and more aggressive rotations, so I think that you have to meticulously play the numbers game and bring everyone on site at once and really synergize those initiator utilities, because Sky's the same way. If you get some good information with the flash or with the dog and don't immediately follow up, they just change and the concussion wears out and you've wasted her util.
Absolutely.
So having those follow-ups and having the synergy and having people check together, I think will totally be the difference between getting to post plant and then just, you know, taking on a swarm of defenders.
Yep, the Infernos are looking to be crowned back-to-back champions, but can the Spiders hold them off in game one? And this is going to get right into the bind of this first pistol round here. We kind of talked about comps a little bit before the game started here, but a lot of difference, actually. We see the Omen versus Brim take. We see 2 raises, obviously, but the other kind of meta that we've evolved around to is 1 duelist again, and then 1 initiator. So we see that Sky versus Breach action, and then we see the Killjoy versus the Chamber, and of course 2 Vipers. So it's pretty standard 2 around, like 2 the same, but the rest are really different in terms of what they do and what they are good and bad at.
The Killjoy and the Chamber, I think both provide really good flank support, which on this map is huge. And the gimmick of this map being the teleporters, it's important to have that flank support. Right now we don't see a flank, though. Everybody is posted up entirely on B. We start to see Mo trying to push through here, catch some people off guard. Draken is getting first contact there, though we have some people sneaking up.
They did hear him in the TP, though, yep.
Yeah, both side TP, they're coming through. Offense and defense looking to push onto site, but it's getting a little squishy. They're kind of crowded here in Hookah. Master with that great skin does get pretty hard concussed and really peeked around that corner, taken down.
Great utility usage right there, by the way.
And it's so low health for the Spiders, but they're all kind of going together here.
Ooh, nice plume there to kind of get him off site here. Here comes the retake.
A 2-on-3 moving into site. Pretty typical stuff here so far. Prestige just looking to take care of some extra kills. A quick flash. Might get his teammate, but it's worth it.
1v2 here. Tomberg long, does get the right-click headshot from kind of on site there to secure it. 2 left. The Infernos took the first round there.
Yeah, and a pretty solid playthrough. It got a little bit scary there for the Spiders when they kind of let those A side rotate up behind them instead of having a really good guard on the back. Looks like they're going to switch to the A side, but our B hold comp is not going to change, so now they'll be pushing up on new players. Let's see how they can handle the early round heat.
Yeah, and we haven't seen too much Killjoy, I guess, recently on Bind, especially because, the Chamber kind of coming out and a lot of people kind of going to that Chamber angle. But I think a good kind of setup by Killjoy makes it pretty annoying for people to deal with and stuff like that, especially with those like peeking turrets, and so forth there.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you're playing against 6
great
players.
shot there at Mo. Good nade too.
Second round Marshall, yep.
Ooh, great return nade as well.
Yeah, all the Raze utility coming out. Ooh, trying to watch Beth here diligently. It looks like we've got one pushing up. She might be ready for it. Barry, can you be fast enough? Take
no one's looking at bathrooms though. Yeah, great shot by Barry though. Some trades right there. And honestly, the Spiders, I think, having a great force here. Against the Infernos, we have Master just versus 1v3 scenario with them winning, the pistol round. So
yeah, interesting though. You look at the map; they're not even almost on the site. They've made all their peaks from the hallway or from the bath there.
Okay,
and look,
good
totally
flank
walk
though.
around her. She's going to catch an easy one.
Gets 2.
Might walk back around, try to bait them the wrong way. Could catch a third here, but if she takes too long, they'll be ready for it. Inferno's looking to take this last one on Spiders. He's got the ult ready, but I don't think he'll use it.
You did see him right there. You did see him, yeah.
Well. Little contact, and the utility just not ready.
And he's a Phantom. So it looks, I think someone on the Infernos bought a Phantom and did an oopsie and gave that right over to the Spiders. And I feel like that's just a kind of a big no-no there, honestly.
Definitely.
I feel like, especially if you're going to buy, I mean, A, you're already gambling enough, but 2, if you give it to the enemy team, that's just going to do so much damage there.
You kind of have to gamble that from round 1.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a lot of money to get into a Phantom second round. And now we've got Tambugos just bonusing it up for round 3 when, honestly, he doesn't really deserve it. We see a few Phantoms on the other side. Sorry, a Phantom and a Vandal.
Yeah, so we see Spiders kind of, I guess, buying up here. We see a lot of Phantoms and Vandals. And we do have the Rolling Thunder available for Tom Buggos here. So that could be a huge kind of B take. They know they are on an eco, so they might want to save that for next round. But the biggest thing here is not getting cheese in these corners with those shorties and stuff like that.
Ooh, defense holding a very aggressive hold here. Forcing this 50-50.
Oh, nice cross. That was a great cross right there.
Yeah, beautiful self-cross there.
Good nade.
Ooh.
Masters gets an actual molly kill onto Barry there. And now we're going to see a 4v4. Oh, Master going down a bit. Tombago's doing a great job with this entry, kind of with this breach, playing really aggressive. Here should come the Omen utility here. Looks like they're thinking about TP, I think. Yeah. One takes TP there. Dragon looking for the kind of the lurk though.
Ooh, Sky was not ready for this one.
Oh, Prestige. I think he's on the. Oh, nice shot.
Good.
Yeah.
That was level-headedness. And now walks out with a Phantom. Goes for a quick flash. Doesn't get any info off it, so he starts backing up to the site. Looks like two are going to be coming around the corner. Let's see if Sage is the duelist. Can take anything. Oh, wow. Another one just raised not ready.
Spiders are really playing these angles.
They are.
Prestige kind of got him there, but the Spiders waiting for them to come kind of into their own angles as well, doing the same thing back when they're the ones attacking is pretty good as well.
No, the pre-aim is solid. They're just waiting for the hit one. That was a good track right there. Somebody's been grinding the aim labs. Nye looking to get a second one, maybe pull it down to fair here, but they're both pushing on him, and he doesn't know where they're coming from. He's got to keep checking.
Oh, nice.
No problem. He knows where this last one is. The Rolling Thunder gives it away. He'll have enough time to gather himself after this concussion.
I think he might try to go with the ult here.
Off your feet.
Yep.
Looks like he does.
Oh, and
absolutely.
Nye kind of knew that was happening, but it looks like Tombagos is not actually peeking it. He's playing really disciplined here, knowing that he's just going to fake it.
Absolutely huge. You might be able to get this kill, but then can he run it back?
Oh,
no, he
wow.
doesn't get the kill on Tombagos.
I think he's going to die, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
barely made
huge.
it out.
Wow, I mean, it is kind of unfortunate that Tombagos was forced to use his ult there, but I would still rather take him using his ult to secure the round rather than trying to hold it and like, well, we'll use it for next round. You know, I think it's a great job to just be like, okay, we need to win this round. Like, we really got to win this round.
Because in a longer term sense, that was him being disciplined and knowing the win con.
Yeah.
Because if you say an ult gets you a point, it doesn't matter how many kills that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether, you know, killing everybody and getting the point is huge, but killing one person and getting the point is just.
I mean, I think securing the round at the end of the day is worth it over everything.
Yep, and securing that lead.
Yeah,
Spiders have a 2-1 against Infernos now.
The Spiders full saved last round, so if they lose there, not only is their eco basically kind of torn, they also just lost against full pistols.
Master, that wasn't maybe the best smoke ever, but you're following it up pretty well with that
good
acid
little corner there, though.
Goodness.
That should get most of Syke's shield there, I would say. Even a little bit of that HP.
Selects it.
Yeah. Ooh. A lot of utility here, blinding, a lot of stuff like that going on. Grenades. Oh,
yeah, they
did a lot
really
of damage there, though.
Swarmed in on Slexic there. Defenders looking to come back in. Spike has already been planted, and we see Draken and Co on the retreat while defenders look to move in. Prestige and Nye and Mo walking up into this ult here. Mo's going to check guard. He sees one, but it's
great
not
shot.
Oh, Prestige
Does have the ult available.
with eyes closed, takes a good one, sends the ult.
Has to be careful with the decay, though.
From the inside here. Got to be very careful playing against 3 players. Sees one, follows up with a tap fire and takes it. Does mean they know where he's at, though. Prestige, just barely makes it out of there. Looking to keep this Oni Phantom. Might try to save it.
Yeah, I think at this point he's looking for the save. I think he kind of doesn't know where they are and try to get that information from ult.
I wouldn't recommend checking corners with on reload, but he made it out of there alive.
Yeah, and I think the Seekers were still good there to like at least kind of have that chance of winning that round.
Yeah.
Being able to peek and stuff like that.
It was the last push.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 1C kind of knew that, hey, there was one elbow and there was one long, and it's pretty hard to kind of take that at the same time because the moment, like, you have to not only kill a person elbow and push them, but then you have to kill the person long while also trying to be able to have time for diffuse. And I think for him, realistically, that just wasn't an option.
Yeah, that deep in, the 2v1 is real difficult.
And he only had, like, I think he had 60 HP at the time, too, so, I mean, it's just 2 shots away from, you know, going down right there.
But those Seekers leading to a huge double would have totally taken it, so not a bad risk.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he'll get him back up pretty quick, too, so I think that's completely fine. You know, ulted on round 3 or round 4 there.
A gorgeous one-way smoke right there by Master, holding down back. Has got to kind of divert the attention to a good acid bite going back on Sky. I'm sure Skyo is tired of it. They are holding the site pretty darn well. So we have people on both sides of the wall holding. Looks like they're going to push in anyways. Spike is already down in plain view.
Ooh, great molly kind of stopping the Inferno's tracks as they try to push on here.
Yeah, Master's utility has kind of shut this place down. Letting
the one-way bathroom as well,
with a beautiful skin there on the Sheriff. We already see a flankish rotation here, but people are ready for Mo, so Mo might be able to catch this on the rotation, but he might not. Looks like they're going through market, and he's going long, so everybody... Oh, he does hear some footsteps. I was going to say everybody crouching, no footsteps, but now that gives him the card to push up on it, maybe catch someone on the rotation here as they consider going back around to B so they don't have to deal with Master on the Viper.
Yeah, I think he's just going to chill out there until they actually fully commit to something. He has to be careful that they could have just kept walking the entire time here, which I think they are doing through hookah here.
Yep.
And so he still is behind them, but he has to kind of hope that maybe that this
Yeah, there's
breach
a
kind of
huge
pushes
gray
it.
area
We're
to
going to see him.
eye contact, she goes down, but she definitely saw one in transit.
Bucky.
Yeah, Slexic looking to make some money with this Bucky.
They don't have much time left.
No, they don't. Almost no time to plant. Here it is. Oh, it had to be there, but what a great... Oh!
He didn't plant though, so they win the round actually. They just live here. Yeah, and just like that, they just play time and take the round away.
That ult was the one that gave it to him.
Yeah, I would say that Brimstone ult was huge. I think that just like having that go down to stop them one more time, and then also that Bucky kill to happen at the exact same time, and then after he just cleans it up is actually just a great play overall. I mean, he got a kill out of the Bucky too, which is huge.
He did, yeah. And we've seen several excellent plays from both teams. Like, it feels like they're kind of taking turns crushing each other.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems like both teams are kind of playing together in terms of, okay, well, what's our win condition? Okay, we're going to fake it here, but then also they're just kind of going back and forth. And right there, they had like 13 seconds left, so they had to try to plant, though. And at that point, you kind of get if you're defending, you obviously get that upper hand knowing how much time they have left.
Definitely.
And we're seeing 2-3 here with the inside of, in favor of Spiders up that lead. Ooh, big buy round from either team here.
Another fight here. They don't have a one-way smoke, but wow, Nye with a quick one onto whoever was trying to walk over. Nice try, Psycho.
Yeah. Good try there, but you know when you have that smokestack and stuff like that, I think you're pretty ready for that play for sure.
Yeah, no one puts a smoke there and then walks away, so I wouldn't be pushing up on something like that.
Ooh, I like this.
Ooh, Tobago might be ready for a cheeky one here. A nice flash onto U-Haul. We do have the Tour de Force out, so he is going aggressive with it. Nye's got to fight back against that, setting up a molly right around the doors so he can take anyone who gets aggressive.
The thing is, Nye, you're stuck in here.
Yeah, that's the problem.
You know, that's the thing. They're not, but you are.
Yeah, you can't. You're not sticking
nice.
them on.
Prestige kind of just shooting that default area, getting that one. Oh, another just through the wall there.
Oh, Master almost ready to defend that point. Nye finally creeping out of his hole there. He's able to take one, and Prestige gets an easy defuse. 4 alive if it weren't for Masters, who was doing her job so well. Masters was posted up on Bath and just got caught a little bit off guard.
They did get plant down, but I think Prestige did a great job here of just kind of shooting those usual spots. He knew he was playing default, so he shoots through the smoke, gets that one. And then he shoots the box in the corner there, which, you know, most people are obviously playing there as well. So just getting, you know, 2 kills alone from just shooting the standard spots is huge. And I think that shows his, you know, game sense.
Default understanding game sense, progression as time goes on is just something that only comes with experience.
Yeah.
Right? You can't look up, like, top 20 best places to stand on bind while you're waiting for your friend to plant.
Yeah, post-plant.
Yeah. Number 6 will surprise you. No, you have to, like, that's just the hours in the game.
And now we're going to see a big stack towards the A site here for the Infernos. Or, sorry, the Spiders. Mo sitting in this corner does have the Showstopper available.
Does, and man, what a great use it would be. They're all posted over there. He's not going to do it. Might do the mini version and throw paint shells, but... Like you've heard 3... Yeah, that's the 4th gun right there. You know there's a lot of people. So those paint shells go out. Not going to get anything on a Psycho like we had hoped.
Oh, almost got that pre-fire, yeah.
Man, I think the ult would be so utilized right here. Oh.
I think the biggest thing is he just, since there's stuff people on the left and right there, he had to force and he had to trade, and then he knows they have no guns right now.
Ooh, Mo.
And now this could be an opportunity over the top.
They're running right in. Yeah, it could be a great funnel for him. Decides to go out to this big side. There's nobody in Bath, but he doesn't know, so his angle isolation game has to be on point here, as he's watching 3 different entry points from this corner without any protection.
30 seconds left.
So they're running out of time in terms of planning. He's going to hear the plan, does pop the ult, does see them.
Oh, sees 2, doesn't catch any.
Got a little bit of damage off, though. Oh, wow, that'll finish him off.
Down A.
Still worried about Bath.
Good killjoy here. They don't have enough time, so they're going to put it down, and now the Spiders are forced to go B here. And they don't have much time, so if this plant gets stopped at all here, the round might just be over. And just like that, it is stopped. And like that's what I'm saying. It's now over. Wow. And the Spiders, it seems like they kind of had something going for the first couple rounds there. They had a really good second round force, then they had a good third round. But it's, yeah, I would say this would be a good time for a timeout because it seems that they have a lot of indecisiveness.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is they are obviously the last 2-3 rounds here, they've gotten down to the timer where they have to plant, and if they don't, they lose. And in both times they've lost because the spike has been, you know, the spike has been dead.
Or
Yeah.
just die, yeah,
exactly. And so I think it's more so maybe they can't commit because they know that the Infernos are rotating fast.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of just really aware of that. And I think they're just like, okay, well, we got to rotate back or rotate back. But the thing is it took you so long to at least get to that position on site to kind of clear it, but not the full site, that now you don't really have the option to rotate in time without forcing it, so you're at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, and then they have to plant on a site that's not really ready.
Yeah,
exactly. And they kind of get peeked from a corner that they should have been checking.
Yeah, exactly. Vipers just holds Garden because they know no one's long, and they all go through TP, wait for the plant, boom, you peek there, get the plant, and next thing you know, there's 3 seconds left, and you lose.
Yeah.
Yep. So I think right there it's a great timeout of just probably, hey, guys, what should be our plan for attack, or what are we doing good, what are we doing bad? What was working for us, because we obviously won 3 rounds that, you know, weren't just, you know, easy rounds there.
Yep.
So I think the biggest thing is just kind of figuring out what works and which doesn't, and then let's you know, try to apply it here. We have the Showstopper, they have the Omen ult as well to kind of get those angles.
Now, do you think that is an adaptation that the enemy team is making to kind of pressure them to rethink their decisions and split up a
I
little
would
bit?
say Infernos are doing a really good job of holding. And what I mean by that is no one's pushing out.
Right.
They're all holding. And the thing is right there, they actually just let them get on site there, and they're playing retake. Because they know that, hey, they don't have a Sage, they can't wall us.
Yeah.
They don't really have any, all they have is Viper Wall, which we can just shoot through or just go into with utility. So I think the biggest thing there is they don't really have a means of securing the whole site.
Yeah.
Or at least they're not going far enough to have that means.
They're just playing really comfortably.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it makes it really hard for the Spiders to attack because it feels like they don't really have an option. Like right now, see, like the Infernos are just letting them kind of get on site. It's okay. They're just going to play. All right, we'll play retake. We're not too far away where it's hard, but we're right there. And Prestige gets a pick onto Barry right there already. Master gets another pick onto them as well. And huge pain shells doing a lot of damage there. 38, 3, yep, just like that. And it just seems that the Infernos are so locked in on defense. Exactly what they want to do, and it seems that they're on the same page as well. There's not a lot of one person backing up, and then people be like, oh, I thought you had that angle. You know, stuff like that, you know.
No, the Infernos,
great shot.
Quick flick there by Tumbugos. Ready for the second. He's going to be got in by a third, but he's ready for Masters out front. Man, just taking people down, but that spike timer is going low.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds remaining, but has to get the bomb. Yeah, he doesn't have time.
Yep, no, he doesn't, but
I mean, he does get 4, which is, I think, good at the end of the day, for at least for eco purposes. But I mean, it's like I said, it's the Spiders seem to be going pretty slow there, and this time they just got picked off while doing so, which is even worse than last time because they couldn't really fully take the site here.
Yes.
But Tumbugos does have the Rolling Thunder here. I could definitely see them kind of trying to make a play off this, as well as the Showstopper from Raze, because you know those are actually really good in like correlation, because Raze can get that verticality, which when you're dazed, it's really hard to aim higher.
True.
Whereas, like, if they're coming right on the corner, you can just easily kind of get those.
And it's because they're both such AoE, using one then the other quick after, you kind of funnel people down where you need and then kill them all at once.
And I think with Raze's mobility, it's just so hard to hit when you're dazed, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to see kind of a swap up, though. I'm not surprised here they're going for this B now.
With some long push. We haven't seen a whole lot of that.
Exactly. And we're going to see great smoke from Elbow. I like that smoke a lot, because then you can just kind of worry about the other 2 angles, like the close left angle a lot, where people kind of cheese.
And they haven't heard anything on A, so we got a quick push up, and now they're being very careful to watch through this flank guard area. That's very typical. Ooh. Already the ult coming out on B, just because they know where they're at. All the information's out, and we see that flank pushing up even further.
They do get one from that.
Spot. Spiders could walk away with a huge showstopper right now.
Selexic is still an Elbow, though. I don't think they're ready for it. Yeah.
No, they're not. And Spike Carrier goes down.
Yep, and doesn't get it down either.
Oh, takes care of that showstopper.
Great concuss there. Oh, and a flank from Barry playing way over there.
Excellent follow-up.
Spike planted.
There's 2 in Hookah, though, ready to retake site here with Prestige and Master. Oh, great shot.
Good defense.
1 for 1 here. Still 2v2 though.
Oh, spray control was not quite there. So
yeah, that stim was feeling a little too much,
yeah,
I think.
1 to 2 here. Master watching the right spot, looks away. Oh, that's just unlucky timing.
I think Barry did know that, you know, Tombugos was outside of it. I think he was definitely wary of that in Garden. So I think it was a great job to kind of peek out of that Viper split. Because I think sometimes when Vipers ult, they think that, like, you know, I can't leave my ults.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, I can leave at one certain spot. But I think a lot of the time, peeking out of your Viper ult, a lot of time they're not ready for it. Because usually their enemies are kind of like, okay, well, where do I go? Where are they? You know, stuff like that. So I think, honestly, peeking out of your Viper ult, especially in that scenario, when it's not a lot of numbers, I think is a great call there.
I hear that.
And now we're going to see 5-4 the Infernos here. The Infernos are now back up in the lead here. Last couple rounds are going to be pretty important for either team, I think. Kind of get momentum-wise and stuff like that. I think the Spiders are definitely can't really, you know, get a good figure out. I would love to see a showstopper from Psycho. I don't think they've used it yet, and so I kind of want to see that space created, or, you know, just maybe a good pick that's pretty easy to get here.
I would, yeah. And this is kind of your last chance to use it before we get too close to the half, and you only get the one. So
exactly.
If you want a second one later, it's got to be
It might even be too close to half of them now.
Already.
I mean, we see the second Brim ult is up, the second Killjoy ult is up. Yep. I think Viper's Pit hasn't been used for the Infernos yet, but I think that's pretty situational.
Yeah.
Because I think for them, they don't want to just use it and be like, oh, we can just hold that angle. I think they're to wait for like a retake or something like that.
Stim beacon down.
Oh, great. Snake by the corner there. But it's actually just sticking in it.
Absolutely huge. Gets a free one for it, but very quick on the turnaround.
Yeah, Psych did use the showstopper to get a pick onto Prestige, which is huge. Masters gets Psycho again.
Masters ready for Tombugos here. And just so good with that.
Toxin.
Ooh.
Draken, great shot there. Oh, here comes the retake for Killjoy ult.
Waiting for that plant was good.
That is a scary spot, though, because if Breach does have Plume, which he is too far away and he doesn't have it either, but he can destroy it from there as well.
So Lexic says doesn't care what he has. Oh, that's a rough one. Absolutely mowed down.
Oh, he's stuck in the smoke.
He's an animal.
The last one is low, but I don't think he knows he's there.
No, and he can just walk right past him.
Oh, he does see his TP, though.
Ooh, that's a little rough.
He is very aware of it, though.
Oh, no, it's not going to happen. He's got to keep his eyes on the spot. Oh,
he can spray through that, though.
For it so low. Sage is not going to move.
Wow. And he headshots him anyway.
And he got the half.
Right now.
Wow, what
a with the 4K and the ult.
I mean, he ulted and said, all right, guys, let's wait for my ult, and then everyone dies, and he's like, well, I'll do it myself then.
All right, then.
And I think the scary one is when he pushed the Viper and U-Haul, he almost wasn't ready for that.
That was a train. Neither one of them were ready for that. He was only lucky he was facing forward and that the Viper wasn't.
Absolutely, and I think just an overall great play by Selexic here, and just really clutches that round. I mean, that's a huge round to win here. I mean, gets that one onto Tombugos, and then this one right here, I mean, I think it was just so close.
It was still just a spray and pray.
And also, I mean, Dracons was in his smoke. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you ready? Your teammate just died in U-Haul. What are you smoking? You know, I don't know. Just you got caught using utility, and that's just how it happens.
Yeah,
you know,
it sure is.
Now 6-4 up for the side of Infernos here.
So see them trying to rinse and repeat here. Push again with the same smokes, the same strat. Prestige, I'm surprised, hasn't pushed a dog or a flash through that smoke, played close and gone crazy. Might be holding it for later. A good thing they didn't do it this time, though. It looks like Spiders are looking to split back up and go B. Send one extra far for style points. And it's nice and quiet. They're letting one hang out in Bath. Bath, ooh, looks like Raze is starting to push up. Bath hasn't been a place that the defenders like to push through for the flank, though, so I don't think Raze is going to get anything else other than the element of surprise off here. And I think if she wants to, then they're going to have to wait. Whoa! It was actually a magnet. Raze has got a lot of people moving over. There's only one person left in all her utility on B site.
Yeah, but they do know the smokes are down on B side now, so you see the two already rotating to spawn, and they do have Brimstone ult to stall if they really need to.
Just not quite quick enough. If they had pushed a little bit harder, they might have site control here and not just be on site.
30 seconds left.
Oh, close actually.
Selexic very
great
close.
flash.
That flash giving a lot of information. A great molly, but it's a little shallow.
Plant.
Might catch these ones off.
Oh, great try there.
Well-timed flash.
Oh, got a molly kill for Nye actually on the Draken. They still haven't got the bomb down though. If they saw the bomb, they actually could run out of time here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Prestige just needs to live. Oh my gosh, wow. and he still kills him anyways, but that was crazy. I mean, anytime if that Prestige dies that grenade there, it's just over.
Oh, yeah.
What a crazy round, honestly. There was so much going on there.
Really intense.
They like go on, and both teams are just fully on site at the same time, just going either way. But at the end of the day, Prestige does clutch it up here. The nade does happen, but unfortunately he drops at the same time. Probably because I think he knew he didn't have the time, so he has to drop down and look for the kill.
Last round before the half, 7-4.
And yeah, Spiders really can't get anything going here on the offensive. Or see Viper roll in A short there. Actually, just on A site.
She sure is.
I think she's going to the approach of just kind of holding that down without them having the chance of A. Moto's going to pick on a berry right away, though.
Quick one. Sage's Duelist has got to follow up on it, get some damage off to Prestige, but the utility's already coming out. They decide to go hard, pushing up a little bit, trying to check
Rolling Thunder is his third of the half.
Oh, gets punished
but didn't clear corners.
Down,
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't clear their corners there, and so the people who didn't get hit by Rolling Thunder were just ready for that.
Oh, no.
Oh, huge flash. And we're going to see 8-4 for the side of Infernos. I mean, Spiders had a good couple rounds in the beginning for attack, but it seems like once Infernos got that formula kind of down, the Spiders had a really tough time of kind of figuring out what works.
Yeah, I mean, Infernos have got to have 2 microphones on each of their guys. Communication is incredible right now.
Absolutely, but maybe it's the defense that they're really good at, or maybe that's what they're kind of ready for on the bind here, where they can just do the same thing that the Infernos did, where they can kind of play back and maybe hope for the post plan or maybe the retake. I mean, sometimes people just obviously figure it out.
Well,
I think he tried to throw it early there, but unfortunately you can't do that. So maybe he's just throwing it to himself.
Give a nice little chuck. Bounce off the wall, getting ready.
I think this is going to go U-Haul. This is a pretty cool lineup.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of aim to that one. Already hearing that.
They're there to wait for it, though. And then here comes the wall. No. Here comes the Viper wall. Should be waiting for that. Yep.
Very nice.
Just posturing towards A. We can see Chamber kind of hovering over to start rotating now as well.
To initiate that.
Not much utility. They're being pretty quiet here.
They are. I like more utility entry. Draken playing off that utility, that Omen smoke is
Viper
good.
wall up here.
Huge. It looks like Psycho
that's a really cool.
A huge one on
nice flash. No. Doesn't shoot.
Goodness.
Oh, I think I knew he was trying to go for there. But
just the quiet.
You got to just take the fast one. As soon as you're done flash, I think you just got to take one.
Spike planted.
And just like that, I mean, Spiders are down 2 members here, so the Infernos do get plant down. Wow,
Sage
I say 1
has an
HP.
easy one off to the far side. Yep, has got to go tight.
Oh, nice flash. I think that was a team flash, actually.
Ooh,
I think Solx accidentally, or sorry, Prestige, I think accidentally flashed his own teammate there.
That's Sky, yeah.
Mo has very low HP. Both these guys have very low HP.
It's a tight one here.
They're 1 each.
Chamber might be fighting a downhill battle.
Oh.
Easy, wow, it's so close. 2 right clicks to make that happen.
He took out his
He definitely changed
pistol
his weapon
there.
like
Yeah,
mid-air.
his sheriff pistol, which is fair, but when you're that close, and your teammates should know they're lit.
Definitely.
And so I think you just got to have that communication there where you're like, hey, they're very low. You should just go in the right
Maybe he was like in mid-air looking to change to get the guy that was down the hallway, and then just like it didn't really process.
Yeah.
Like he had someone with like shotgun range going at him.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of barrel stuffed him and kind of
just
said, you can't see me if I'm too close to you.
Oh my gosh. Just the bunny hopping on the guy's shoulders with the alt fire classic. Oh, Mo with the going crazy, just firing off into nothing. Pushing away and getting used the bot to check this 50-50 along with the dog. They do not want to see any rotation, just spraying the typicals. Throws an excellent double blast pack, but falls right on stage for everyone to see.
I like the stim kind of rush here, try for sure.
I like it, but
3v3 now.
Looks like it's got a whole lot. Yeah, 3v3, and going aggressive back on that flank. They bring it to a 3v1. They do have 1 to low health, but wow, what a wipe. That was. They did have to feed their raise to the mob for that push to happen, but definitely worth it when they took that round so fast.
I think the unfortunate thing is the Spiders forced there. And you're down now. Not only are you down 10-4, but they get a bonus. You don't.
you're
So,
kind
I
of.
mean, I guess they can. It looks like they're forcing a little bit. So maybe. I think they half bought and half didn't, which I think is honestly almost worse. I'd rather just commit one way or the other.
I mean, that's just like having a team kill versus kind of being paced out in other games. You kind of want to do it all.
We do have a decent buys though. We got judges, 2 vandals, I think, but we have a sheriff on Raze.
We do, yeah.
Just gonna rush us in here. Blinded out there to run back.
They really are pushed back just by utility alone. That blind and all of these smokes down this hallway.
Poison's off.
Barry hanging out in the back of the defense, looking for a rotate just because it got real quiet, but they're going for the repoke, and that's huge because look at this rotation. Everybody's moving away, and if they're nice and quiet, they might catch this chamber, but there's nothing on B. Everyone is back site. Spiders have totally left the site.
And I don't know what they believe to make it happen like that.
Because there's no noise on B either, so we start to see that balance out. They kind of miss their window.
Oh, good grenade, but he's going to run through it. Oh, takes a lot of damage, though.
2 people looking to run past that grenade. Takes an easy one, but there's so much follow-up. People are right there. Select's looking to go back in on it, pushing in.
Oh, they got the vandal, actually.
If they try to force this molly, he's ready for him.
Oh, he's going crazy.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, the judge,
is just, you can't anti that in those hallways.
Oh, good try there.
Nye, ready for the next one. Has backup. They play right on him. Now it is a 1v4, and goodness, he is just kind of hold up hack here. Oh, might catch an easy one, but he's not got the right weapon for that fight. They let him keep the judge and walk away.
I mean, the thing is here is the Spider's eco is so far gone at this point. I mean, you had 2 people force vandals, you had 1 force judge, and then you had 2 people who were like, one has a sheriff and then one has a chamber utility, but they can buy now, but what about the others? So we see here, we're going to see like 2 vandals, maybe some specters. I mean, it seems that the eco, they really can't get on the same page here, and I think that's hurting them a lot.
And beyond just saying staggering your eco effectively staggers your team, you can't synergize as well. Because you have people, oh, should we play anti-eco? Should we play, double off kind of long feel? It's like, no, you can't have any of those. It's kind of every man for himself.
We're seeing some shots here from Tumbagos. Great kind of molly, plume there.
Kind of gets
get one.
Down.
Oh, he actually gets one with it too.
Turns it back to one and gets punished for it. Mo looking to take on to Barry here. Barry's going to peek out, but he's in the reload. Oh, catches a big one on the Draken. Can't follow up for the second, though. Gets traded. It's a 1v2, and Masters not in the best position.
Oh.
Has kind of got to watch these 2 entry points here around the box, and one of them throwing serious utility onto him. A good wall to try to separate those 2 so he doesn't have to watch one. A good call. Able to push up on the other side. Checks all the normal spots. Looking to get out of here, but man, Tumbagos can just shoot right through if he needs to. Masters got to.
Oh, Psychos was ready for that, and just like that, I mean, that's a big round Spiders need. They need something to kind of get them going to kind of
level out the econ.
Hopefully, they can get the game back on it, or at least make it a closer game to make it, hey, we have a chance. Make sure, at least, obviously, mental for the second game as well.
Definitely.
You don't want to just get smashed the first game and just being like, well, what does work for us, you know? So I think that was nice, get that kill going. They had a lot of good plays there, not just, hey, they were trolling, but just a great job there of, executing properly and stuff like that. We're at 11-5 now. Spiders do have 2 ults. They do have that Chamber ult and the Viper's Pit, but the thing is the Infernos have the Viper's Pit and they have the Brimstone ult. And he ulted right away onto U-Haul. So they're using it kind of as just an entry to get in that Viper's Pit, actually, which is a great synergy of util there. Oh, actually, that was the Spider's Viper's Pit. Never mind.
Pushing right on, but the Spiders are letting him have it, playing very back sight here. Good utility.
Oh, so
actually pushes the Infernos all the way back out.
Oh, this is a huge flank.
Oh, massive. No, he can't do it. He gets so many shots on the back, but it just doesn't happen. They're already on site and they're going, and that's just a good show of Spiders understanding that them being on the site is different than them having site control.
Lexic definitely feeling a little oof after that one. I mean, when you miss that many shots, you're definitely like, why did I do that?
Oh, Nye with a rough one.
Definitely winnable. So, okay,
never mind.
Yep. So, you got domed. Which, I mean, happens.
It does happen, but as soon as you kill someone, that's like a ping. As if the other team is this high, everybody knows you're in U-Haul.
Yep.
Like, they just sent their guy over.
I really like that Brimstone ult there, actually, right off the rip, because then they can just go into the A site and kind of take it. The Viper's Pit was tried to use as defensive for the Spiders there, but unfortunately they just kind of got all off the rip, because I think the biggest thing is Viper is very vulnerable when she is using her ult initially.
Yeah.
Because if you're going from all these different sides, she has no idea where you are. And so I think sometimes, like, people will say, "Oh, they're Virus Pit, we can't go there."
Yes.
But it's like it doesn't really work like that. Like,
especially
unless
considering that if the other team's banking on that, then they'll just leave a Viper there and maybe someone a little bit further back on the other side to rotate quick. But really, you just have to take care of her, and then you can keep.
Especially early on, like right there, as soon as she ults, she has a pretty long buffer time in terms of how long her ability takes to use fully.
True.
So I think if with like blast packs and stuff like that and cusses, like you just run in there, and next thing you know, she's right in front of you.
And
then
you
just
own
take
site,
that.
and they're not ready to move it. Then they have to push in. You already have spiked down like first 12 seconds.
Unfortunately, Spiders played a really good just defense there overall and kind of salvaged the situation out.
Just very comfortable.
They do have the Rolling Thunder and they have the Tour de Force available. Both have not been popped yet. I mean, obviously, Breach just hasn't, but the Tour de Force to kind of save you maybe for an eco round or something like that. They don't want to kind of, I guess, offset maybe, but still holding it nonetheless. And I can definitely see this Breach ult being used as like a post-plant take.
Definitely. Well, and I could see this post-plant Viper ult being used on Infernos here too, try to close up the game real quick. So
and Breach ult used in Viper ult would probably be less effective there because, I mean, if you see them first, you could definitely get like a days-off killer because they're not in the open there.
Yeah, yep.
So I guess we'll kind of see what ends up happening here. The Infernos are really just kind of holding this long, and and the Spiders definitely have caught on to them, but they very well could TP now. They do have Raze sitting on a site there.
They could. And, man, Nye has just got to play real gentle here. He has to let them be the catalyst.
But Drakos is there too.
Yeah.
They do have two. They don't have much time here, so I think the biggest thing that they need to do is stop the plant here.
A well-timed one. They try to force it, it's not going to happen.
And another nade gets right back.
Inferno's punished for trying to be aggressive there.
Ace?
One enemy remaining.
Oh.
They would, I guess.
Oh, Slexic, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was saying, I mean, that kind of, the Infernos did what the Spiders did kind of first half there, where they did try to do a cool, like, okay, everyone quiet long, Okay, they know we're here.
Yep.
They're not pushing out. Okay, we're going to take TP. Okay, we have 13 seconds left.
Yeah.
And now they have to rush, and of course, their team's ready for it. Psycho's just been sitting there the entire time with nade, with everything. It's just really hard to do. When you don't have much time left, it's just really hard to make use of anything because you're forced to plant. You're forced to run. Like,
and as soon as you start checking that, as soon as you start throwing out utility, you're clearing angles. So they kind of give it all up and go to a fresh site where they don't know who's there. And now with the mentality of we've got to push, we've got to be fast. And then someone starts shooting, throws a nade, and you want to be on the other side of it. And then you're in so much fresh territory with a nade at your back. They just, like you're saying, just weren't decisive.
Yep. We see Psycho get another double kill actually. Grenade as well. Prestige gets one. 4v3 here, but numbers favoring Spiders. Prestige doesn't have any utility for 20 seconds now, so everything's going to have to be kind of blind here.
It does, but he's not worried. He can
They do have a
right
smoke available. They also have a molly as well, but maybe it's like a post-plant kind of molly they're thinking of here. Don't know where Killjoy utility is. They have a turret looking at flank here. Smoke's going away soon, though. Might fake plant here? Yeah. They are not going to move at all.
No, fake plant doesn't catch people as much as a fake defuse does.
Yeah, because like, they're forced to look at you, whereas this is like, well, if you don't plant it, I don't care.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, got to get out of there. But
they did bait him actually to use that showstopper here, but
was a sight change the move? I guess it's open.
Oh, great
they're not
molly.
ready for this one.
I don't know if they saw him clear.
Oh,
yeah, there it is.
So that's just rough. And Naya's not going to catch this around. Yep.
Great job using that elbow kind of flank there from Sage's Duelist. Making sure there's two angles. It makes it so much harder to play. Great Rolling Thunder there as well.
Ooh, that flash was lucky.
And Spiders are playing a really great retake.
They are.
I think their defense is doing a great job of, well, we are going to over-rotate right now, but we'll have one anchor stay there, at least or at least have one close enough where the chamber right there can get to the other side. They have Rolling Thunder, play Rolling Thunder. You have both sides, elbow and main. It's really hard to do anything against that.
No, and we talked about the mental snowballing earlier and the comfortability of moving into another map with your first map being an absolute loss.
Yep.
And I think it's just that kind of morale snowballing that that we're starting to see from the Spiders here. They're more comfortable to leave a person on their own just in case we have a rotation, and they're more comfortable to fly into sight and erase a rotation after a bad ult. Like these kind of intense calls that have to be made last second, they're doing a lot better job of calling them.
Yeah, and I think the Infernos have a great idea of just taking a timeout here. Okay, well, we've just lost the last 3-4 rounds in a row here. We need to take a breather. Let's just rethink what are we doing. They might just think, sometimes you get to that 11 mark and you're like, okay, guys, let's just force and end this game out. Let's finish this game out. But then you kind of start to get to that little panic phase where you're not afraid of losing yet, but it's like, okay, well, what do we need to do to win? We just need to do what we did, or we try to go back to what we did, or stuff like that. So good timeout usage from both teams in this series. I like seeing timeouts. Sometimes we don't see it used at all, but in big momentum shifts like this, I think it's a great idea. Hey, take a break. Boom, let's call through it and talk about whatever we need to talk about. And now here we go. We got 11-8 here. Infernos are 2 rounds away from winning, but the Spiders are definitely coming up, fast right behind you if you just keep giving these rounds up, And we're seeing this A take once again here. Gray blast packs from Psycho, I believe. No, it's not Psycho. It's Mo.
Wow, what a great push.
There gets 2
there. Just really aggressive. Whoa!
Yeah, it doesn't have the gun ready.
Punished for that one. Mo looking to take 1 or 2 here. A great hold might catch a good one. Looks like they're considering it. That paranoia doesn't go quite far enough, and Tobugo's able to push up though. Is getting traded by Prestige, and man, Prestige is just comfortable with this gunplay. Oh, not quite.
Barry with the 3K.
And defenders take another one. Spiders are doing great here.
And now it's a 2-round difference.
And look at all the ults on the table, though. I think it's going to get pretty intense starting this round as far as ults go.
And I will say, it was 11-4. Spiders are rolling us 5 rounds in a row here.
Gosh.
We do have ults available. The Tour de Force is still available. The Spiders has not been used this half as well, so I don't know. Maybe not comfortable with the ult. I don't know.
That could be. They could be waiting, waiting for the perfect time to use it. I feel like when you're at 11-something, you should be using your ults, though. Looks like it just got popped right now.
There it is.
So
he heard us.
Very nice. Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're right.
Stage.
It's right there.
He didn't know. All right, he's going to be watching right on the Slexic here. Hopefully Slexic peaks pretty soon because Sage is getting antsy, starting to move around that corner, getting the crouches in. But, man, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. They're waiting for noise on A, which is going to be there. Mo looking to get some entry utility, just burning the packs. That one doesn't get
too far. Low tornado. They do spot one in U-Haul, so they do know that at least one's there. But they are kind of playing this split attack, actually.
Indeed, they are.
Where's the Seekers coming out here? We still have 3 on the side of B, where Chamber is still holding this anchor.
He is, but he's the only one anchoring it. They've got everyone on A, and this is the time to push. You don't need all 5 men.
Sims come out.
There. It sure is.
Ooh. Oh.
That was a great
Nye
trap
just
wire.
wasn't ready to go and master and trade there. Same with Long, and Sage is taking 2 of them down here.
Oh, he's so good. He's ready to catch some more heads.
Down, B.
Watch from the corner. A great flash. Doesn't get a lot other than just a little bit of information off that. Considering moving out. Nope, they're going to keep pushing through right there. Someone coming in through the TP, though. Could
fake.
be a peg.
30 seconds left.
But they're still going to keep watching it. Try to get out of there. Don't want people behind them.
The classic Omen.
Oh, silly Omen. Good times. And then those are getting tighter and tighter. Now that it's all faster, I kind of feel like he was made a better character.
Yeah.
But in addition to his value going up, his skill floor also went up. To use those correctly is a little bit difficult.
Yeah, because you got to be pretty quick about those. And sometimes using that quickness is only a couple in those windows.
But the Draken's doing well.
Yeah, and Infernos are going to opt into the save. They kind of came to the conclusion that, hey, you know what? Let's play for next round, which is now 11-10, by the way.
It is.
And the Spiders have now won 6 in a row.
Yeah, and they just bonused up.
11-4.
They had, 5 an op and an ult on the table and just walked away with it.
And I will say, Sage's Duelist did a fantastic job of really anchoring that site. I mean, if he goes down right there, they take the entire site, and that round's way different. But
Yeah,
the fact that he gets the one from Garden, gets at least stops the third one from
does.
Hookah as well. Just I mean, it's really hard to do anything against that.
And I think that first one, that intimidation push, where you have two people kind of like looking at all the smokes and be like, do we push in?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it. And they get hit with the trap wire, and then absolutely just gunned down. The other guy's thinking, well, I don't want to push.
Also, the nice thing that he got slowed, so it was kind of hard for him to trade there. But Master playing with a
the
judge, but pretty
judge.
far away. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Sniper judge. We love the energy, but I don't think that's quite the use for it. Barry looking to creep around through this snake bite. Prestige might have a much more uncontested
I think he knows exactly where he is here.
Psycho. That's a typical hold, so I think he's just aiming in general. Oh, he saw him, and what a great flight dink.
I think he dinks him.
Yeah, he did.
But it was through the wall, so it wasn't like a full damage.
Looks like that smoke's going to come out, hold him off a little bit. And look at this. Infernos are just hanging out. I don't think that you can do that. Whoever's got the camera is just going absolutely sicko mode on it.
Absolutely here.
Nice and quiet. Just waiting. Infernos are just waiting. But they do not have the clock on their side. They can't be waiting like this. They've got to push up a little bit. Barry is not going to peek that. He's got to move. And they decide to make this wait until 30 play. Then right at 30, they decide to butt heads in the hallway.
30 seconds left.
Finally, this entry utility is coming out. A one-way smoke. That ult shutting down U-Haul as they look to move on. But, man, this wall is just dividing the site. Oh, and a very intense move in the corner there. They do get both take and taken in the corner.
Nye killed Mo with his own molly, so a little teammate action there, but happens sometimes.
Yeah, there was a lot of smoke.
Oh, nice bloom there. Doesn't get the plant off. Has to plant to get off. Oh, he's going to push, though. Yep. And the Spiders are going to tie the game up 11-11 after being down 11-4. So they've now won 7 rounds in a row to make this comeback from 11-11. And I think the sheer mental willpower you have to have for that is, honestly, I love to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's awesome where, the Spiders go for, it was like 4-1, 4-2, I think. Doesn't get a single round back. All of the rest of their offense, they can't get anything going, Next thing you know, Inferno's hit 11-4, and you're like, man, nothing seems to work. And then all they need is that one round, and now it's 11-11.
Do we think that we can chalk it all up to one catalyst round and the mental willpower, or do you think they made a big change in strategy?
I think it's probably a big mix of both. I think I think how it usually works is like one player kind of making that one play to get them things going, and then kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't, and also just kind of adapting that, the Infernos, we know, they, kind of played a lot of retakes, so let's maybe just do the same thing. We're going to rotate fast, but then we're fine with playing retake.
Yeah.
And right now we're going to see all 5 of the Inferno members long. Tombogo's just shooting through the smoke as you do. They don't hear anything. The one thing that I think that the Spiders kind of took from their book is we're not going to get faked out by anything.
No.
We're going to play anchor. We're going to hold it.
Ooh.
They are hearing a lot of information here, so we're going to see, a couple probably rotate with one anchor, here comes the CPs, but guess what? Viper's already there, ready to go. She's probably going to molly that, shower room door. And
definitely.
They have 50 seconds left, so this time they actually have a lot more time. The bomb is actually in long still. Prestige still has the bomb be long.
It is, and Sage's duelist is backing off.
2 teammates just went down immediately.
Ooh,
that is
so
a crucial fight there, and Sage.
That is a huge rotation.
Yeah, I mean, Sage gets that. Anybody else gets spiked down too.
Left.
And now they have 25 seconds left. They know they TP'd to A here.
Yeah.
So, does get the pick. That is what they need. But the thing is, the bomb is long.
They're sitting right on top of it. Yep.
Mo's still here. Gets a kill, but unfortunately doesn't have much time. They have to get the bomb and plant it within, 6 seconds to at least get the bomb. And I like this. The Spiders are just playing their angles, not pushing at all. Nope. Boom, they wait on the corner, and just like that, the Spiders take the lead after winning 8 straight rounds. It is now 12-11.
Absolutely crazy. They're just playing the clock has been kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, and I've never really seen that before on Bind, but it seems like both teams here are having troubles with attacking in terms of just really kind of getting things going. If they try to spread out, they take too much time. Then they hit the timer. If they rush right away, they're just kind of going down. So they really can't get anything going. It seems like they try to do a cheeky play long where they try to get the rotate and then TP. But the thing is the Spiders, as they know, just do not really fall to that.
Yeah,
they'll send
pacing is just
one,
not quite
maybe, but they have Viper ready for that in bathrooms, and it's really hard to take.
Well, after a morale-changing turn from the Spiders, can Infernos bring it just 1 point back? We are at game point. This is either overtime or not. Sage's the duelist saw 2 elbows, a great lineup, but he just can't move up on it.
Prestige gets the kill they needed to get last round, but it does get it, fortunately. The thing is now these Spiders are kind of rotating. Infernos are definitely really kind of posturing like they don't want to commit to something.
No, they don't. They just wanted to get the kill and get out.
But the thing is, the Spiders, they still have 2 on A. It's still back to normal where they have their 2 on A here. They're gonna have some smokes, maybe looking for a potential overtime if they can. But we'll see if the Spiders can hold this.
Yeah. Inferno's hungry for that overtime.
Oh, big dog! They're gonna see the U-Haul here. Yep.
You should
Have
run.
Selexic follow up.
Okay, good,
Ooh,
good Killjoy ult here. The breach is too far to actually destroy this.
Yep.
So they don't have to worry about that action.
30 seconds.
Oh,
my
Barry
gosh,
is
Barry
a
is
psycho and just trading the 1-for-1 with the bomb here.
Oh. Oh my gosh! How is he alive?
Oh my
That
gosh!
is ridiculous. He's been detained and he's just hanging out. Oh, jeez. This is ridiculous. He does not deserve
He's in the
that.
smoke.
Pulls out his knife.
He's a flank.
Still in the smoke. Might get a pull on the defuse. Catches one
gets
that's
one.
not ready for it. They have those bots on the default plant, but there's
I
plenty
think that was
of
the
time.
one.
Barry just has to wait this out a little bit more and look at that defuse inside the smoke. They can shoot blindly, but they've got to get closer.
Oh, he's just holding it. He's just holding it.
He's going for it.
Oh my gosh! And they win. The Spiders win the first game of the grand finals, 13-11, after winning 9 straight rounds. 9 straight rounds. And of course, this is thankfully to Esports Tower. And going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your team's skills. We just saw that last game where we saw the incredible comeback by the Spiders there, and you could see how talented they are. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Halter, and if those are watching, haven't checked out esports clubs, you should. It's a fast track to rank up. And the Infernos hold on to take down the Spiders in the game 1 and put themselves in match point. We head to game 2, and just an incredible game. I mean, the Spiders, just had an insane comeback.
Definitely.
I mean, going down that many rounds and just coming back is just insane. They take the first game, and I think after that, you did a lot of damage to the enemy team there because they had 11-4 and you lose 13-4.
Crazy.
Whew. Is there anything you want to take away really quick, or?
Not really. I just want to see a big change on pacing.
Yeah.
I feel like we're having pacing issues in both teams. And I think once they started to clean that up, or any time there was really good pacing, they just absolutely slaughtered the round. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think, just overall, I think we'll see some changes here. But we're going to go to a break before this next game here. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you right after this break.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We are broadcasting it from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. And welcome back to the Esports Tower Spring Rumble Week 2. The Infernos are looking to become back-to-back champions, but after going down 0-1, we'll see if that can be true with the Spiders taking the lead. I'm your host, Brandon Red Hot's Koziancic, and joining me to call the action is none other than Greg Old Soul Smith. And Greg, the thing is, last round we did talk about the pacing and stuff like that, but this next map is Split, where it's kind of known for its fast pace. You know, I think in terms of watching and, you know, of course we've been casting and stuff, we don't see Split go to time that much in terms of like stopping and stuff like that. So what do you think is going to be the difference here now? They're kind of being able to amped up on this map.
I'm worried that they're going to think, because things happen so much more fast-paced and because it's so much easier to rotate between sites, that they're going to have more time and they're going to rotate more and the pacing will be worse. So I hope they can really wrangle that in and not jump between sites too quickly.
Yeah, I think Split definitely does a job of more so, hey, we got to play at least one site with a lot of mid control. I think a lot of the big success teams we've seen on Split here is utilizing that one mid. Just using that 1 to 2, not like anything crazy or maybe sometimes pushing, but I think being able to utilize mid, especially with the B and then A, really creates a lot of opportunity here. And so with these teams, I think it's going to come down to how coordinated are they? And I think that if you play too much default and Split, it can really hurt you actually in the long run. I think you got to be able to have those rushes so they have to at least give you the respect you need in terms of playing farther back on site or stuff like that. So I do agree with you there, and I'm really excited, you know, kind of seeing how each team adapts here. And I think the team that adapts the most, obviously, is going to win here, especially given the last round, like, you know, last half here. And I think attack is definitely the big one.
Yeah, especially on this map. Yeah, if you look at the stats of this map, I think it's the only one that is attack favored, only just by a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, like, you know, obviously before they did the changes and stuff, it was definitely very defensive. But I think now it's more so, I like to honestly call it, like, I know it's kind of weird, but it's like almost like a momentum map where if you can get things going on attack, it feels really good and it feels like it's really hard. It's almost impossible to defend against. But if you are defending well, it feels the opposite, where it's like, you know, where do we go? We can't go mid, we can't go B, we can't go A. And I think it's a big thing of agents, too, and utility. I think a good Cypher on this map could make it impossible to take B. Or not impossible, like very hard, you know. Those one-way smokes, those cameras, everything of that nature. So overall, it's pretty hard to deal with. And I will say we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower club members have received over $1.6 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all these opportunities these players are getting, and that's $1.6 million overall, which is so cool to see because, I mean, these kids do a great job of just adapting and becoming great players, and of course, just having this opportunity as a, you know, overall from Esports Tower is fantastic to see. I love seeing all these guys get opportunities to play competitively, and not only, you know, sometimes this is the spark they need to go on to college esports, and I think college esports is becoming bigger and bigger each month, honestly. I mean, so many different colleges now are, you know, big colleges especially are starting to get involved more, having more esports programs, and it allows, you know, colleges that aren't just sports focused to be able to especially like Harrisburg is a big example where they're kind of just an academic school, and they have one of the best esports, you know, things in the country. So it's love to see that. And of course, Doc's keys of the game, which we want to see in this game to kind of get things going here. And Valorant went to flank efficiently. Spend and peak wisely, diminish their econ and loot, and dominate those angles. And this is presented by Esports Tower. Scroll pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you up, and that is Esports Tower. And of course, now we are kind of getting into the next game, which is the split with the Spiders leading up 1-0. And they showed some tremendous resiliency in game one, battling it from 11-4 before, winning 13-11 there. So do they have enough to win this next game, or can the Infernos bounce back and try to go to game 3 here? But we'll find out during this match, of course.
We talked a lot about momentum earlier, and you said this is a very momentum-based map. I think Spiders really wrangled the momentum and used it to their advantage last turn, so I'd like to see a lot more of that. Sage, speaking of things I like to see, love seeing Sage in the meta. It looks like we have Barry and Selexic on him here, and look at this tight comp here. We really only have 1 or 2 trade-offs, and these duelists, not a big deal which one you pick. But the other only real change here is this KO versus Brim.
I think the big thing, though, is I do not like Reyna personally.
Okay.
On this, in a competitive setting, Reyna, I think, does not thrive as much because, I mean, she's a really good solo queue kind of character because obviously she can just reset. She can have her heals. She has her ult, which she just resets and you can keep going. But I think the biggest thing is the Jet offers so much comparative to Arena, especially in this, where A, she can op and play those really hard angles.
Definitely.
B, she can, on a map like Split, she can create so much space with dashing to her smokes and stuff like that. And even the verticality with her knives and stuff like that in this map offer a lot as well. But, I mean, it is going to come down to just you kind of require the Reyna to pop off to make that agent useful, whereas a Jet can not be having a day, but still creating that space with the dash that you have to expect.
Anything to say about that Omen versus Brim?
I think at the end of the day, the Brim play was really well done, but actually it's different on it. Mo's actually playing it this time rather than I think Rye was on it last game, or I think close to that. But I think they're big skill expression characters now. Brim can have a lot of lineups that can make a lot of different changes and stuff like that, but I think a good Omen could really wreak terror on this map. His ult is so good because the moment you ult, you have to be aware of CT and stuff like that, and really just where are they, Yes. So I think that's huge, but Brimstone ult also clears a lot on this map as well in terms of A site and B site, so yeah. Overall, I think it's pretty good. I love seeing the KOs from each team. I'm a big fan of that agent overall.
Definitely.
And, of course, I think Sage is really good, but the big thing is sometimes you have to kind of consider, do we keep walling mid or do we want to fight for mid? You kind of have to think of those two angles there.
Yeah, where do you want to put your resources?
Yeah. Oh, and Sage duel's going to get picked right away there.
Little bit of a stagger peek there lets Mo have some extra damage onto people, and he's in his stim, several stim beacons here. He's playing comfortably up top, even though he's only at 75 health. Oh, almost gets caught by Sage's duelist on the Reyna there. He's got to switch guns, gets ready, throws out that beacon. Going back in
nice headshot there.
Great one. Is traded, but ooh.
And Spiders took the first round playing very aggressive on this A side here, just going really in. Making sure you're kind of splitting on top of that Heaven angle or main, because, I mean, sometimes the one thing I definitely see a lot is if you really want to, you can get on site on this map pretty easy on A because you can just go all the way through main. But the problem is if you just kind of play that post plan on site, you have way too many angles to worry about. You have screens, you have Heaven, you have ramp. Like, it's just too much to deal with, whereas I think you being able to take that, ramp and Heaven really, I guess, makes it harder for the enemy team to
It is tempting to think of in your mind as all of A site being all of the plantable area, but there's so much more to A site. There's just more obstruction. So
here we are
like
with a lot of mid play here.
Oh, definitely.
Gotta be careful with this cheese as well, but they're doing a great job of clearing corners so far. We see that the split I was talking about earlier, where we see that B main angle as well. We have 2 in B main, whereas the rest of the team kind of takes that mid to B. Chamber actually playing this cheeky angle here, has a good flank on the retake to Heaven. Mo.
Looking in the eyes of 2 people, just does not get those alt fires off. Tries 3, but only catches 1 or 2. Selexic with a great follow-up, though. Takes 1, knows that second one's there.
Oh, good blind.
The paranoia was close to getting 1, but the follow-up is solid. A good flash onto these 2. Doesn't get much out of it, but they're ready to try again. Goes with the next one. Coming up the ropes, so he's able to take out his teammate. Very close, but they just swarmed him. And that aggression from Spiders is intense.
Yeah, I do want to say I like the discipline of Chamber there. He had a flank onto mid to B, but instead of kind of playing that risky play of, okay, they could be looking at me or they could have a bad timing angle, he's like, okay, I'm going to play that and just back up and go through B main.
Yeah.
So then you're guaranteed that kind of that 4 or 3, at least 3 on site there. I think that's like, a big difference sometimes. Because in worst case scenario, what happens is he gets flanked from mid, he dies in the flank, gives them a Spectre, and the next thing you know, that's a lot easier to retake the site. But now we're to see, the Inferno's having the full buy here, so this would be a big round for. If Spiders do win here, I think it's a huge momentum swing. But the Inferno's kind of just setting up Prestige on the Chamber as well.
We had one that was a little bit far back. Doesn't look like they exactly know where they want to move yet. We've got one in mid just doing a little bit of poking, but Spiders are anxious. See a lot of rotation here. They actually flee from B entirely just because we get some smokes onto A, which I don't think is the call, but looks like they might be lucky enough to walk away with it. Though we do have some going mid, maybe a little bit of rotation, so it looks like they're balancing back out. Mostly right now it's just a mind game of who's where, what are they trying to do, because we see things moving real slow here, real quiet.
So Tombogo's had his Sheriff out there, but the thing is he didn't want to waste those bullets. So he tried to get away, and the silence did go away, so they do know there's 2 there. We see some kind of rotating action here, but not too much. It seems like the Infernos think it's a fake, I'd say.
Ooh, sending 1. Defenders taking
There are 2 here, though.
Shots onto the Spiders walking B. A, sorry.
Yeah, they're kind of holding. Oh, Mo gets a great wallbang there, and Mo gets 2, of course. Getting 3 for the round there. Great round there. And the Infernos take up their first round of the game, obviously with the full buy and stuff like that. So pretty, I guess, expected, but nonetheless a big round to win overall. I mean, like I said, we've kind of talked about,
I think we saw Spiders off to a rough start there, committing to a site, and then
yeah. But I mean,
kind of snowballed.
I think this would be a big round here, going to the 4th round here, which is kind of usually the big round where to see full buys from each team. So a lot of Vandals, Phantoms, full utility, and stuff like that. So now we're gonna kind of see, okay, well the Spiders won the first round, but the second round usually it's like, okay, you have the gun difference. But we're gonna now see kind of how this goes here.
Ion Phantom coming out might be huge. Sees one, gets that Steam Beacon, is ready for a fight. Oh, the Jiggle Peak is not on his side though, and Mo goes down. They've got Rams. Following up his Prestige. Can't catch anything either. Going in for the peak, sees those shoulders. Decides he's going to push out for it after this one. Oh, they rush up on him, but he can't take it. They keep following on up.
Spiders taking on site now. It's a 4v2 here.
Site and Heaven, the entire
Selexic and I think Jet are going to take on the site yet. Nai gets 1.
Screens.
Does TP out there, so not going to get slowed.
Oh. A good push through the smokes.
That does have a lot of utility here. Selexic has the heal, but they're at 80 HP, so I don't know if it's worth it to be able to hear them.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, yeah, I'll say very great job there. And they're going to wall that off. Yep.
Yep. Not a lot of good options.
Definitely
Might be able to catch someone's head here, but a quick push onto the 1. Oh, had that knife out. Otherwise, would have taken Selexic no problem. Selexic tries to just save that Oni Phantom. Ooh. Not a chance.
I saw Barry kind of start pushing up there, and I saw the little shorty animation. I was like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
A big thing that I've really started to see is whenever you're buying, you have a shorty on hand.
Yeah.
And because the shorty is it's the fastest gun to switch to in the game.
Yep.
So it has you can literally switch to a shorty instantly. It's very fast. But then you can just kind of play those fast corners there. You know it's really close corners there, and they probably know they're lit or something like that, or hit by a team tag.
Gives you a lot
and
of
so
versatility.
You just peek with that. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I actually do kind of love seeing that because it really opens things up.
I think that's the purpose of the sidearm, is not to be a backup for rounds, but to be backup plan.
Exactly, and I think the shorty has so many good angles where it's really good.
Ooh. Almost consider that second flash. Going to go for it. This one could get a lot of utility off. That wall, ooh, kind of distracts the attention. Goes in for the reload. The timing is all off. Gets some serious damage.
3 knives kills for Nai here.
Look at this. Defense is just taking them out.
Seems like Nai just need to get on the jet a little bit.
There's only 1 man left, and he's not even close to Spike. They're just going to move right up and over it.
They all had guns, too, there, so they're just going to pick these up here. Oh, does get 1.
A beautiful peek. Just almost pre-fire, that one.
1v3 here, but Nai is pretty low.
Nai is low.
Tom Buggos.
A single knife drops on that. The other 2 could take him out, no problem.
Although he does just need to kind of right-click him here. That's at the end of the day, that's I think that's the important thing.
Spike is just in their hands. If he even wants to get close, he's got to kill Nai, and then he's got Mo right before him. They've basically got a great crossfire here if he tries to go fast. And if he goes slow, Nye has him with the alt click.
30 seconds left.
Ooh.
Tobogo's, ooh, almost punishes Prestige for being greedy. No information gained there.
Yeah,
Oh.
Tobogo's playing this really slow. I think he might go for the save here.
Yeah, just save the,
because I think at this point he knows that he does not have enough time to get the bomb here.
True.
And going against a smoke where you
seconds
know
left.
all three of them are there.
yeah.
I mean, they're just going to hold the bomb here.
Nope. They know he's saving, go in for it. Oh!
And
He
Nye
uses
just,
that smoke to his
I
own.
guess Nye,
Thrifty.
okay, I have knives anyways, but I think you can just get the gun there and then just save it for your team member.
Definitely.
Or something. But, I mean, okay. Well, the Spiders are going to, actually the Infernos are going to take that one, sorry. So now 2-3 for the side of Infernos. At first it started pretty, you know, one-sided there a little
Definitely.
bit, but then it kind of revolted the other way.
If he wanted to make that hero play and take the 3 on,
Yeah.
he probably could have done it. Going real slow, taking the jet, and then working on the other one before Prestige got there. But we just took too much time waiting for
Yeah,
them to
I think
push
the
when
problem
they
was
had
the
timer.
brim smoke. It was really hard to push
Yep.
through that brim smoke. And I think they played a great just kind of defense for the Infernos. Although I will say the Spiders do feel like Split is their best map, actually. So that is a big chance for them to kind of win the series out here. And as well as Tom Buggos has not only been playing really well, but is actually the IGL from the team and has been used to be the quiet player apparently, and now he's been really vocal now. And Selexic has a great pick onto Draken there.
Nice and quiet, just facing off right here in mid. Several people on either side of the wall, and one little jump saw. A lot of eyes just like that. Oh, the wall is through, and you just are not in the right spot. Selexic looking to back this up. Got to go a quick reload onto the Vandal. Throws out that ice. That's the right place to have it. Gets a good peek, but I don't know if that ult was the right call. They were not that close, and if you had communicated where that ice was, it would have been a little bit more obvious they were not there. But they are able to push right up now, absolutely owning the spot, and even go
good
for
res,
the
yep.
res.
I
Bringing
think
us.
it's just good, safety net.
Yeah.
You really want to win this round here, and I think you just really need everyone that you possibly can here. And I think Sage ult is such a weird requirement that you should just use it when you can.
Yeah, yeah.
Mo gets a pick onto Sage's duelist here, so they are 4v3 now. They have an op here. Oh, great shots though.
That pre-fire taking the op is
Yeah.
huge, and this is an easy plant with several.
Oh, and now
defense on
Tombo
either side.
took
Wow.
it back and gets it on it. Now we're going to see a 4v1 here scenario, and
Use.
with an op now.
Yeah, you are very down, Mo. He feels like the kind of person to push in, though. Jiggle peeking behind the wall, waiting for someone to go for it.
Yeah, fake little TP, so Mo maybe
Mo
thinks that
decides
a
to move
Raptor
in
or something like
a little
that.
bit more. Might consider it.
Another fake TP. Now he's pretty scared here. He's like, where
Yeah.
is the
Whoa.
omen? And
Sees just the hairline.
yeah. And now we saw Barry kind of holding that opening in the smoke, which I think is a good spot
Yeah.
to hold. Just because, that's going to be the one spot you might see them in. So
It feels like they're safe. They could run around across and get caught right there just like that.
absolutely. And now we're going to see 4-2 for the side of Spiders and Infernos, which is a lot of back and forth right now where it doesn't seem like anyone's particularly ahead or have
Right.
momentum. We've seen a lot of back and forth, very close rounds even anyways. So it usually comes down to kind of one big play or a little, I guess utility usage from each team here. Big silence there. I didn't see how many actually got silenced, but oh, Tomba gets a pick with the op here.
Ooh, hungry for a second one. They go for the rotate now that everyone is on that site. Can they be fast enough? Doesn't look like will. Defenders are considering moving back over, and we already see.
KO ult was pretty low, actually. Or KO was ult.
Yep.
Low. Not ult. To get the heal, though. So the big thing about the Sage, obviously that heal does actually make a difference.
Decide to go for the mid push, and they might take it no problem.
Clearing all those corners, of course.
Good pre-fire. Checking the 50-50s with 2 people.
Absolutely.
That could be a nice smoke.
Oh,
man.
Selexic gets a great pick. That's a huge pick, honestly, for this round. KO ult coming out here.
Spike
Silencing all around. Sage's duelist does get one there.
Now looking to go heaven.
4v3. They do have the counter KO ult up if they do choose to.
One enemy remaining.
Yep, and that was just as it ended too, so no chance of getting that one. Oh, wow. Great shot by Selexic
Yeah,
there.
Selexic not down yet. holding that angle.
1v3 does have the res, but it's not for until after this silence.
true.
The only thing I could really see them ulting for is maybe Econ.
Ooh.
But yeah, gonna
About that
get
op.
opt. And this op seems to kind of being a detriment for the Infernos after buying it.
Yeah, that's always unfortunate.
I mean, they got like 1 to 2 right off of that with Nye. He got like 1 to 2 there. But the thing is after he, got taken out by that, the op went to the Spiders, and now they've been using this pretty well. I mean, Tabago's got a pick right away with that, and then used right there again to get the last round kill there. And see, you always hate it when you get you get an op for 1 round, and then the enemy team takes it, and then you're like,
let them bonus
and you're
with
like,
it.
that was me.
That was
I
mine.
caused this.
Your gun buddy's still on it.
Because the one thing that's interesting about ops sometimes is sometimes people are actually scared to buy them.
Yeah.
In terms of because I mean, I think it takes in comp, it takes a certain sort of maybe a little bit ego or teammates trusting you and stuff, especially on attack.
Definitely.
It's really harder to use with no jet or anything like that. The chamber, if it's dropped to you, you're like, oh, we can use it then.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's the catalyst to get you going. Maybe you're a good opper, but you don't have the confidence to buy one.
To go for the buy.
Yeah.
I mean, especially at this level, your econ
Exactly,
is your
yeah.
team's econ, and if you're going to be wasting it, then you're
Exactly.
punished by the team.
And I think it's you don't want to be the guy who buys an op on attack and then they get on defense and it becomes impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's stuff like that where, Prestige gets a great pick off with this tour deforce there. But overall, I mean, it's cool to see kind of people use the ops and do well with it when they don't buy one.
Yeah.
Ooh, Psycho has...
Oh, no.
Oh, great flank.
Big flank.
Although, we do hear the Empress kind of going out here.
Yep, and Nye heard that drop.
Nye is in the back of side. Oh!
A quick one right before the walls go up, and there's a little hole in the walls there. If he can get this one onto Psycho, he owns the Psycho.
Oh, he was ulting, but he got you doing the animation.
Just got the down, but they own him right now. They're all over
Oh,
him.
Master's taking that kill
Yep,
for
he
sure.
goes down.
He's taking that kill for sure.
Ooh, put him on half health just to torment
Okay,
the boy.
maybe they were like, no, give me the kill. Give me the kill. Who gets the kill? I think it's the person who downs it if they actually fall out. Okay, yeah. If that's solo queue, someone's taking that 100%.
Oh, yeah.
My kill now. Ooh, great spray transfer from Draken, yeah.
Bringing it to a 3K, looking for that 4th one. If he hears this, he is up against so much in the Tour de Force. That's not a position you want to be playing against.
Yeah, I mean, Prestige with the Tour de Force and Ops as well just does a fantastic job there, so. Did a great job with the first 2 kills, but I think he might have forgotten that Prestige had that Tour de Force out. Because, I mean, sometimes when you ult at the beginning of a round with Chamber, and you have the Tour de Force all round, people forget about it, genuinely. Yeah. And then next thing you know, you're like, that he still does have that, huh?
Yeah.
So that happens.
And
this is a great spray transfer, by the way, but
really is.
Once again,
just going head-to-head against a player like Prestige with that basically op.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, Prestige has been practicing a lot recently. Is actually super comfortable. The highest rank he's ever been.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's great. Great to hear that, and kind of grinding away. Where's he, Sage Duelist, kind of peeking out here?
Ooh. That early aggression by Sage punished just a little bit. Selectsic down half health with not a lot of backup here. Has to go all the way back into heaven. So they're going to move comfortably on through this wall.
Quite lit, too.
Oh, yeah.
So you have no armor. Has the heal, so probably going to be, about 90 to 100 HP, which is fine. But you have no armor now, so those gunfights, if it's, kind of 1v1 and you're not getting that headshot, you'd be kind of a disadvantage there.
Push right on through that wall, looking to keep going heaven. Oh, but they're waiting for him on the other side. They decide not to. They back off after breaking that wall and start to go through the sewers just to a simple A. Though it looks like Psycho taking a step back to get a
has a nice
lineup for the knife.
I do like KO lineups a lot. I don't think they're used enough. He has his grenade is really good.
Do you think they're used frantically or just pre-round, or where do you think they're used
I mean,
instead?
right there, I think they're usually used pre-round where you kind of just, it's not really, I think pre-round ones aren't really lineups, though. It's kind of like you have your spot. Yeah. But that was an actual lineup that was pretty cool to, hey, where do we take this?
Nye might get a good one on the Sky for Psycho.
Oh, Nye gets 2.
Oh,
but he kept moving.
Not quite
One
there.
enemy remaining.
Man. Okay. Anyway, man, I honestly, they win anyways, but Nye, if he takes the 1 second to just plant, I think he actually just takes him down there. Because he had good crosshair placement. Problem was he just kind of went all over the place. And now we're going to see 4 and 5 with the Infernos, having that 4. I mean, overall, I think it really depends. With these teams, I think it's probably more beneficial to win more rounds on attack, just because going into the defense round for Spiders, they've shown that they're pretty good at defense. So you have to think about it that way. We're like, who knows how one-sided or T-sided or CT-sided this is.
True.
I think it's just more so like, given the current last games and situation, it definitely could be CT-sided for the set of Spiders. So each round they win is going to be a big plus for them.
Yep.
I think they paused here. I think I saw that Jet maybe DC'd. Yeah, Jet paused. Okay, yep.
Okay.
So they're just going to kind of be chilling here.
Yeah, just playing with the volley song. Might get a little flight cam action out.
And overall, just a fantastic game so far.
So far,
4 to 5 with no really big big winning streak so far. So we've seen, a couple win here, a couple win there. So at the end of the day, I think that's a lot we could ask for in the great series and stuff like that. But, I think each team's doing a pretty good job of, what they're supposed to do with their win cons and stuff like that. But is there anything, you're kind of looking at or maybe more of, less of?
Not really. I feel like the pacing is doing better. I feel like the gunplay is looking pretty solid. I feel like everyone's kind of committing to doing their part like they should be. Ooh, we've seen this one before. They're not going to make the same mistake. Very nice that Lear comes out and kind of protects that angle that doesn't need to be watched. Master.
Oh, wow. Prestige with the double there. Prestige is really making some big moves here
really
so far.
Whoa, Psycho did not quite see that one. 2 in the back looking to move up on Draken here. And they take him down. Ooh, Psycho trying to push out with this flash. We've seen so many KO flashes just across this wall. Oh, going nice far. Wow, doubled up on. They take out Prestige finally, but Psycho to back it up, and Selectic replies to Bugos, bringing us to a 1v1. Nye versus Tom Bugos. Who's it going to be? Duelist.
Oh,
man.
I would say Nye's doing a pretty good job on this Jet, and I think he's doing a great job of playing in weird positions where you don't really know where he is, but his aim has been really good. Every time we've seen him in a 1v1, he has the crosshair on their head and he's ready to go.
Yeah. The crosshair placement from both teams and from their, high fragging players has been pretty insane.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that. And we did see a huge Knives play last time from Nye, but I don't know if he's kind of like, I might save this for a eco round because those are pretty good. Yeah. We're going to see it's 5-5 now, so
much tighter.
Yeah, I say much tighter, and it's actually going to be evened up now. The Infernos have won.
Here's the problem, though. We talked about offense versus defense. When a 5-5 is not truly a 5-5, considering that one team is playing uphill here. And we don't exactly know who it is. This map is fairly fair, and we don't really know because we've had such a big team comp change. We don't exactly know what that tendency is. Prestige, wow, too much screen time for Sage as a duelist there. Sage as a duelist walks away with
and Nye just playing another time on the back of side, really holding it down there.
Very bringing Psycho back up, is able to just overwhelm Heaven.
Wow, just so much action there.
What a
everything
game.
Back and forth, 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1.
Well, as a recap, we got Tour de Force Online playing the final bullet onto Nye. Nye was not ready
and that was probably our fastest round of the night.
Definitely bringing us
that seemed like we blinked, we said a couple things, then boom, round's over.
It sure happens
and
like that.
That's just how it happens sometimes. And I think, just quick take they were saying before that, I think it could be potentially Spider's favorite on defense because they have this is like their favorite map to play on. So that means that they are very well versed in this map. So maybe they have some more defense things. But overall, 6-5, doing a great job on attack so far. But if it's 6-6, it really is going to show what's going to happen in the second half of the map.
Definitely.
So both teams playing really well, but B is actually pretty open here. We have one chambered trip with Sage and Heaven, but KO still playing on site.
Draken almost got a quick one on.
Yeah, Prestige is 10 HP here.
Yeah, really pushes them back. They are afraid, and they go a little bit further back. We're going to see a typical B push through the garage here. At least they're considering it, as we have Spike move on over. And Prestige just hanging out, watching the spot there. Got a nice heal from the Sage. So that means we've got both of these offensive econ-saving ults out here with the Tour de Force and the Knives. And we've got so much more on board. We just used up an ult from the Sage. That's 3 ults already before anyone has gone down. And 2 more still on board.
Oh, good silence. Great KO ult there.
Saw the head, falls for it. Master almost got a good one on Sage's Duelist. Drops down to maybe get a little bit closer, get that one. Decides not to go for the wall, decides to go for that plant side. Ooh, was almost ready for it, but now that the plant's coming out, trying to throw that knife, goes a little bit far.
Spike planted.
And it gets destroyed, I think, too.
Yep.
This is the flash available, kind of looking where his teammate is first. Great nade, but not far back. I don't think it was too, yeah, it wasn't far back enough.
Teammate decides to drop down, help him out here. They're just kind of jiggling back and forth. Not a lot of commitment.
Flash.
Side. They've got some
Ooh,
time,
nice.
but
The
man, they've got
knives.
to make a decision soon. Goes out. No. Doesn't quite get that one. They're just taking care of the Infernos here one at a time.
Last player standing.
Goodness. That was almost a team ace.
I was to say, just like that, I mean, it seemed like everything kind of ramped up there. We saw a lot of Infernos kind of having opportunities, but not really going through or not getting the opportunities
they
there.
Just kept jiggling back and forth.
Like right here, I think the biggest thing is that if that KO ult actually gets bounced off to and clears that back of the site, it gets rid of KO in the very back there, which does make a difference here when he peeks, where I think they thought that he wasn't there because of the grenade that cleared it maybe.
Yeah.
So stuff like that can really definitely kind of be detrimental. And also had 2 flashes, but the first flash didn't do anything off it. And the second one, they could play around it. So overall, I mean, it was a good try from each team there, but at the very end, it wasn't enough. We had a Sage res and stuff like that. Great KO to entry.
Yeah, definitely.
Just has a great sounds
and
overall.
because they had that great KO, they were able to really post up on one side, and that wall was never broken. So there was only one entry point they had to watch, and they just watched it with 3 people on top of that plant. That was just a great defense and a great post plant.
Yep, and we're going to see 5 to 7 here with the Spiders leading, but now they're defending here. And we're going to see the Infernos just go all the way through A main, which is kind of
right through it.
But the thing is you got to play post-plant well here.
You really do, because your sight.
Yeah, see, there we go. Sage's duelist gets a pick automatically to 9. Now they have no control here.
Masters
and
just
just,
a little
wow,
wide.
gets 1 there, but they can spray through this.
So low.
Oh, gets 2.
Takes a second. Looking for that
1v3 now, actually. But I think Sage has the upper. Oh, didn't. I think the heal there maybe is. I mean, I guess you'd recharge your overheal, but huge. Nice, very lit here.
Fourth goes in, VA takes it.
Wow.
Crazy. Considering the kind of kills that were coming back on the other side there, that was a little rough.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing there was the Spider, I mean, Sage's duelist teammates had a great job of at least getting them low.
Yeah.
They were all literally, the last 2 were 1-tap. And so I think Sage got the 1, obviously 100% great aim play here, gets the chamber, but then they know, hey, the last 2 are very low. We just got to play, they have no utility, we've seen it, and then you just got to tap one of them each. Taps 1 and then boom, taps 1. Good try there by Mo, but does a great job by Sage to kind of clear out the round. So overall, huge play with an ace on the first round of the game.
Yeah.
So
that's always fun.
The half, sorry. We're see Spiders up 8 rounds now with Infernos of 5. Now we're going to see a bonus here from the Spiders, which obviously probably going to be a another win skewed for Spiders here, but maybe.
Yeah, we've seen huge comebacks before tonight. Oh, got that knife. And it
does silence the chamber. But Reyna's also playing there, and she does have the the reset. She can kind of just get in that ghost form and then just around the corner.
Defense looking to spread out a little bit more, as we don't make a whole lot of noise here. They're even considering a push back and into mid themselves.
Ooh.
But getting close to Lexic. Got to watch 2 angles here. One pushing up on him, trying to watch Sage's duelist by also being aware of Tumbogo's possible location. Meanwhile, in mid, a good one-way smoke exists, making it difficult for a push up there. Nye going to back him up on this side, and I don't like that they're both watching the same angle.
Oh,
pop out.
Great shot by Lexic, though. Wow.
A gorgeous one. A quick little gun switch up.
Oh, back of sight still, though.
Look at that position. He takes one, no problem. Gets all the way back to sight, doing their job.
Oh, great flank by Barry. Gets 2.
30 seconds left.
Barry looking for another one.
Oh.
Takes it. Huge with the 4K.
Reverse ace.
Oh, Psycho, what are you doing?
I mean, imagine 2 rounds, 2 aces from your team.
That's pretty intense.
I mean, that was a great retake by Barry, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he just goes in. I mean, goes down, gets the first one, gets the second one, gets the third, almost gets the last one. I mean, they definitely lost sight there. They got 2 down. That's 2 Spectres down. I see that the Chamber was trying to play TP, and I understand that, but they had like 4 of them when you have 2 different angles. I think it's way too hard to like actually get the TP off there. So, good try overall, but great round by Barry to kind of clutch that round for the team. And we see Spiders up 9-5 now. But they will be at a gun disadvantage, of course, for this
They
round.
are indeed. We see a lot of Vandals and Phantoms moving nice and smooth in with a pack onto this A site. And it's not the hurried push that we saw earlier. They can get there quick enough. They'll catch people coming up ropes. Looks like 3, maybe 2 people considering this area. The Headhunter is ready to reply, and we already have
does he want?
it up. Not quite. They take him down, and man, now they just own this heaven here. Selectsic ready to take on Draken. Sees him, a little bit afraid, decides to back off, just go for the site. They know where he's at. They counted their players. They know they own this site. They decide to wall it up. Oh, goodness. They were ready for him, though. They're able to take care of him, though. A little bit of a loss. Looking at a 4-2, and both of them are in heaven. That plant is down.
Last player standing.
Sage is the duelist. Oh, with a good shot off, but it's not going to land. And Draken, that smoke dissipating is a rough surprise.
Yeah, and I do like that kind of plan from Infernos. They know they have the gun difference, and so what they do is not only do they go to A and force, but they play that ramp this time.
Yeah.
They know that they have the better guns there, and that's when they really shine is in that ramp because it's a long kind of hallway there, whereas if they go straight on site, sometimes you can have the shorties or something like that. So I think it's a good idea. And they do take the win that they desperately need to. Obviously, you got to win that rifle round 100% right now, especially in the spot they're in.
Yeah, and with a gun difference like that, not only would you lose all of your econ that you spent there, but you bonus it to another team who would have been down.
Absolutely.
So this really sets them up for a good next round, and they are comfortable with that. Playing nice and aggressive onto this. I'm surprised they didn't actually blow through that wall. So they've got 4. The Draken is lined up to take 2 in a row, and Barry takes the other 2. That is huge. There's only 1 left, and they know where he's at. They can just swarm him now if they want to. Draken getting greedy.
Yeah, you could. No, you got it. You got it. No, you got it,
buddy.
You got it. Yeah, there we go.
There. Oh,
blind.
And
misses. That's okay.
No, he's following up though, nice and quiet. He wants it.
He knows the bomb's there.
Yeah, he's not worried.
Wow.
That was, what are they doing?
What an incredible reaction from Spiders.
Oh, ridiculous.
I mean, they were both ready to go as soon as that wall went up, and they just sprayed them down.
Oh, punishing the cheese is so satisfying. And that's it. Draken with basically a co-ace between him and Barry. Absolutely just taking down that lineup.
I love that idea from Infernos. It's a great idea, but it just seemed like the Spiders were just reacting way faster.
In place for that.
I mean, and the spray transfers too was really well done.
Ran down the line.
It was like a line, just all the way down.
I'm pretty sure both of them just got 2 in a row.
Oh yeah, I think they got 2 each.
Lined up.
Yeah, they did because they got 2 each, and then what do you call it?
The last one in this little.
And we can replay this and just show you. They're just ready for this. I mean, they kind of hear them, and then they hear the wall, and then just overall did a great job. I mean, that's just teamwork at its finest, and that's very satisfying teamwork. Like you and your other partner who just did that are so hyped.
Oh,
you're like, that's us. Let's go. That's us. You know.
You know that's going replay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have the tour de force out. Heard it early on. The Infernos will not be taking this time. They are pushing in way hard.
But they're split now.
Shut
Prestige
down.
gets 1. Mo gets another.
They do take a few. 3v5, lots of gunfire, and look at this, just Barry flaming through the smoke because he knows where the default is. They get the spike down there, all just hold up on site. Start to see that kind of wrapping around, coming through screens. They're ready for Draken. They're ready for some.
Good angle.
Not gonna happen. He's too close.
Does TP out though?
He has to run out. He's at a good angle now though, and he knows Sage is up there. He knows he can go long and take another one. Barry looking to help him out on the other side, and Draken looking to help him out down low, but it's not going to happen. Barry now has to drop down with Tumbogos and take this site initiative. Wow, and they take him out from such a distance. I wasn't ready for that. Oh, that's so rough to see each person go in a different way. Inferno's doing excellent with that, and barely by the skin of their teeth keep that third person to bonus up some extra guns, bringing them to a solid 7-10.
Yeah, and it was kind of scary at first because the Infernos actually got split up into a group of 2 and a group of 3. That KO and Molly or Grenade, whatever, it split both them on that main entrance, and Jet dashed through, and another one was behind him too. So if they get pushed there, they actually are just a super disadvantage. But they played it well. They kind of held, and then once they got their 5 together, they just played a great side take and just post plant defense there. And that's what they need to. That's what they need to do to keep this game alive. And I think that's a great attack from Infernos. The Spiders just kind of got taken off guard there. They do silence 1 there, so I think they only saw Nye, I believe. But it seems like the Infernos are actually kind of going to split it up here. We see 2 on the side of B Garage with Bomb, I believe, in A main. Yeah, we see it there. No one playing mid here. but no one holding screens, so they actually don't know if they just keep walking here. So Echo's playing a really cheesy spot behind the box.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite see anyone here. The smokes are going to come out now. Barry does rotate the screens, but they're already in heaven here. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, great late peek by Nye there.
And Nye, that's the catalyst. Stretches right in.
He just knew it.
Huge. Does get traded, but man.
Oh, Barry with 2, though. Here comes the res. Yeah.
Put it back on the table. 4-3. Barry ready to take this one, but
yeah, stuck in the corner.
Master's going to come out sideways.
Barry gets 3, though.
30 seconds left.
Does get 3, but so does Nye. And now they're going in for the plant.
Oh, yes, Alexa gets another one. It's going to be a 1v3 situation here for Tumbugos. Okay, gets 1. Gets 2. Oh, wow.
If he wasn't double peeked, if that was staggered just a little bit,
I would say
he would have had that.
that's great communication from the Infernos there, making sure they double peek, making sure there's no way that they lose that round, because you cannot lose that round. And great attacks by the Infernos. I mean, they're playing really slow. They played a little default there. What I mean by that is they have 2 in B main, 2 A main. Okay, are they pushing it all? No. So they're going to take the 2 in B main. Okay, we can get pick guys. We're going to slowly go to A. Yep. The A just walks all the way to heaven, makes it really hard to deal with when going up the ramp. Boom, there you go. Play the angles. Great job there.
Now, this is interesting. Almost immediately on spawn, we see the Tour de Force come out. They're kind of setting up almost like a Viper's Pit. Wow, it doesn't work, though. They're not intimidated. They fly right in, do the checks. He's actually scared back, and now everyone has to rotate back over to B. One is in a great position, though, if it weren't for this wall. Ooh.
Yeah, so he can't actually ult yet because he's silent still.
Yep.
So you're going to see him just sit there. Barry playing with a shorty on the other side of the wall. Oh!
Catch some good ones. Not a lot of utility off of it, though. Back right.
Okay, they got 1. Got 2. 4v3 for the side of Spiders here, but they don't have any guns, so... Oh, the Brimstone ult's come down. Oh! Oh, wow. Prestige is definitely going well here. Oh! Tom Burgo gets Tom Buggos. One-on-one here, though. He has not much time. Oh!
Ooh. No time at all. All he has to do is stall, and that's a win.
No, he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time.
Yeah, he like all he had to do was stall. He won just by.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, Tom Buggos. Yeah,
exactly.
Prestige did a great job there, playing very disciplined.
Yeah, because if he gets greedy and goes for the kill, he loses it. But just by kind of flirting with him around the corner and then drawing
he sees
back.
the Tour de Force in his face too, and he's like, I can't peek that again.
Scary.
So he just goes around, plays the time. Hey, he knows that the Tom Buggo has to push him if he wants to do anything. But if he does push him, he has enough time.
And those smooth moves by Prestige bringing them to a 9-10. Just one more good play, and they're back at the tie. Spiders don't want that on their tail. They've got to push up just 1-2 more rounds, get those confidence goals. And
say the Spiders don't want that to happen to them last round happened, or last game. So we're going to see 10-9 here for the side of Spiders, but they do have guns now. That was a save round last round, to be fair.
They have guns and that ult utility.
And now they're going to play a waiting game. And I think they're just going to wait here to see what the Spiders choose to do as they kind of just sit and spawn here. And they're going to wait till about a certain amount of time, and then they're slow pushing up what we see now. Well, they're going to slowly walk up, make no noise. All 5 of them are here.
That knife missing is huge.
Yeah, it was very close. Oh, they did make one noise, but I don't think anyone heard them.
No, not doing too bad.
And
there's the big noise.
Sage's Duelist is playing with an Odin.
Yep, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Sage Odins, we love them. Ooh, Master with it.
Great job right there.
Ooh. A great follow-up. Doesn't
Master
get too
X,
greedy, moves back on in.
3v3.
And they go for the rotate.
Yeah, but they do have a res now, which is huge for Spiders, because then they do have the 4v3. They're going to rotate. Good shift, B hops here, so they don't really hear them going up that. They go a lot faster. And they're going to try to go all the way to B here.
30 seconds
Prestige
left.
is pretty far behind. I don't know if he's going to go with more of a flank angle, or maybe he catches one mid. The trip is procced here. Oh! Yeah, his utility was just caught out there. It's so hard with that slow because you're so used to being able to just peek that, throw that, and peek back.
Yes.
But in the slow, you can't do that. So you have to choose one. Do you throw it or do you not throw it? And stuff like that. And that's just what happened. I mean, overall, they kind of had a good trade at the beginning, but that Sage res is definitely coming in pretty clutch here. I mean, making that 4v3 is huge. Yeah. And so Spiders up 11-9 now. We'll see kind of what their options are, I'd say, in terms of how they want to do this.
Yep.
But we'll see, let's see if the Spiders can close it out, or can the Infernos bring it back just like how the Spiders brought it back last time. Barry with 23 kills in the Sage, by the way, with Tombo goes right behind at 22. I mean, Barry has been a huge factor on this defense. This is going to be a save round for the Infernos here, so this is going to be a big round for them to win, because if they do lose this, it is at least going to overtime.
Mm-hmm. Mo doing the old knife check.
Yeah, but Tombogos is actually playing the back of sight where you
cold.
can't see them, so he's not peeking it. His TP is ready to go.
And look at this push from mid. This could be a huge round. Looks like they're just going back to heaven.
They did hear the ult orb. They did hear the shooting as well. Great omen smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I see them trying to push out of this here. Doesn't get silenced, so he's good to go for the TP still. Dashes through, gets one.
Good dash.
And just immediately TPs. I like that.
Yep.
Draken had a really cool cross kind of there.
Yep.
Where they hear the chamber TP, so they think maybe it's okay. And then he's ready. Oh, and Barry once again playing that flank and just getting a double right off away. And now it's just Prestige. I mean, the biggest thing now, I think, for Prestige is to try to get as many picks as he can.
Yeah, he's got an uncontested push on to be here.
Which
nope.
you see Sage is a duelist, is coming with the flank with the Odin through sewers.
Ooh.
So he's ready to get barraged with bullets.
Really being swarmed on here. If he's not careful. This Headhunter could take some people out. Wow. Oh, by the skin of his teeth, he's better keep moving or turn around. She is on the prowl, and she knows where he's at.
10 seconds left.
She's not looking there, though.
No, I don't think he can catch this, though. I think he's just in the mindset to save, not catch exit.
I think he's saving armor. I think that's his biggest thing right now.
Yeah, he does have that free creds to move out, but man, that's just such a rough spot to be in.
Match
A
point.
5-person win from Spiders, so much econ in their pockets.
Say, game point here for the Spiders side. The Infernos will be buying up this time. Prestige is actually going to have the Tour de Force up with the armor, so he doesn't have to really worry about it. I think the biggest thing was him last round is, yeah, he only had a Sheriff, but he could save that 50 armor credits, so then he doesn't have to buy this round. He can probably buy someone else and call it a day. So right here, we're going to see 9-12 game point here for the Spiders, or the Infernos going to kind of bring it back and be an overtime opportunity here. So we will see, though, what happens. They do see him in the corner here. Great flash. Oh, wow. I don't know about the jump there, but...
Yeah, I understand flash fight, just get into somewhere strange, but...
Yeah. Great flash there. It is now a 3v2 already for the side of Inferno.
Oh, really walked in on him there.
1v3 can Prestige do it. And no, just like that, the Spiders are your grand champs for the week 2 of the Spring Valorant Rumble. And overall, I mean, well-deserved. That first game to come back is so incredible to see. Winning, 9 straight rounds, bring it back, or 9 straight rounds, bring it back is insane. Love to see that. Second game, they come out, they pretty much dominate the entire time. Not a huge landslide by any means.
No.
But, 13-9 at the end of the day. Great job, well played, and it's cool to see a new team right away win it.
Yeah.
And do you want to be seen by expert college recruiters talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, game producers? Then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. And of course, what's up next on the list is our ICCU Player of the Game discussion. And I think tonight, it's pretty hard for me. I think the second game for sure, for me, was Barry. I think Barry, that second game, went crazy. I think he had like 28 kills at the end there. Yeah. I didn't see the scoreboard at the end there, but just to be able to that Sage and get so many kills there is incredible to see.
Yeah. Ooh. And it goes off to Barry, and look at him there.
Even got the title Cutie Barry right there. And I think he really deserved this. I mean, he was a just clutch factor for this.
I hear that.
His defense, especially on the split here, there was so many times where you saw Barry versus 3 members or more coming on the site and Barry trading 3.
Yep.
Which is incredible because the moment they get 2 on site and you're retaking already, it's so hard to deal with. But Barry just had so many kills, so many angles. Whenever he flanked, he played in great angles just like this. And I think, honestly, like, truly, Barry deserved it. And the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Barry is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game, and I think he deserves all of this. I mean, he played phenomenally through the series. Barry on his Viper played really well, where he somehow lived a killjoy here during this. I don't know how he did it, but he mind controlled him or something. But overall, just a fantastic job today. And, you know, before I guess we close the match, any takeaways from you, Greg?
I think that was great. Accommodation by the Spiders.
Yeah.
Just to have such a downfall and to be able to not only come back for it in that same game, but to keep pushing that and keep pushing that mentality and keep snowballing even just the energy on forward and rush on through and take the second one as well.
I would say it's also one thing to come back in the first game, but it's also another thing to keep your composure in the second game because it was getting really close. It was like 9-10 right there, and you could definitely crumble because you're like, oh, I don't want it to happen to us. But they stayed composed, play their game, and then just finish it out and did a great job. So we had an exciting Week 2 Valorant Rumble with the Infernos proving that they are just not the only team on the leaderboard there and that the Spiders' new team can do it. So they came out of nowhere to win the grand finals and make sure they won out. It's a good team to look out for in coming weeks there. And congratulations to all of our teams to make sure that you join us next time for a fresh Rumble next Monday at 6 p.m. EST. When the teams are back at it again and looking for another Rumble championship, we'll close it off with our top 5 presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering $20K bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Thank you so much for watching and have a great night.